Hey, this is Lara Plays Video Game Music and you're watching Chilly Willy Tube. Lara6683 from YouTube. I have a video game and TV theme channel on YouTube. I play music and sometimes I cosplay. Okay, so music is a huge thing in my life and I'm here at the moment at Xena Con, and the fact that I've travelled from Sydney to LA probably also means that Xena is a pretty huge thing in my life. So yeah, music and Xena and video games, that's pretty much what you need to know. Actually, Xena Con got me into cosplay. Xena Con 2011, last year, at LAX. I dressed up as one of the characters from the TV show Xena Warrior Princess, and I actually won the costume competition. So I got a voucher to spend in the merchandise room, and then all through 2011 I started going to local conventions, Sydney, Brisbane, Melbourne, Adelaide, and I just started cosplaying then. And then I thought, hey, I've got these costumes, I might as well put them on my videos, make use of them. So I started combining music and cosplay. So you've got Xena to thank for it. I don't really like to have people as idols. I prefer just to answer this question in terms of things that have influenced me. Again, I'm going to go with Xena being a huge one. You've probably noticed that my channel has like 3 Xena videos on it, just of the Xena theme, piano, violin, costumes, and music is probably the single biggest, most important thing in my entire life. So, and I would say that Japanese video game composers have been a huge musical influence on me. I think I was 8 or 9 when I started sort of learning how to play by ear, and what I did play by ear was all the Japanese stuff, all the Super Mario Brother, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, all of that stuff. So that's a big influence on me musically. There's no single person that I, idolize or anything like that. I know a lot of people do, but I'd prefer just to think of a thing or a style that has influenced me. So, Japanese video game music, and that encompasses, a lot of different composers. So I don't want to limit myself to just one. Favorite moment in Xena? That is extremely difficult to pin down. However, if you are a Xena fan, I am a huge fan of Season 3, The Rift. Xena fans will know what I'm talking about. It's very dramatic. So I'd say Season 3, The Rift Saga, is my favourite moment in Xena. This is only my second one. My first one was 2011, so 2012 is my second one. And I actually don't think it's the last. I don't know if you've heard, but they're actually planning 2013. So they did a survey, Creation Entertainment did a survey, and they actually found that 800 people out of pretty much 800 have said that they want more Xena Cons, so I think there'll be another one next year. I think it's looking hopeful. So. I believe it. Okay. Piano is my main instrument. I've been learning piano since I was about 6 or 7, and violin, actually I don't have that many years of lessons. I probably learned it from when I was about 8 or 9 through till about 13, so I've only got about 4 years there. And I will say that piano is probably my favourite, simply because that is my primary instrument and that is what I do as a career. That is what I do professionally, play piano. Violin is very much a hobby for me, but it seems to have got quite a positive response on YouTube. I think because I generally do the violin videos in costume, and because I'm facing the camera as opposed to just seeing me from the side, people seem to like the violin videos. I would say violin is harder. Violin's definitely harder because you have all of the tuning issues. If you put your finger just a millimetre too much to the right or to the left, you're going to get an out of tune sounding note. So I think violin is a lot trickier than piano. And yeah, piano is my favourite one. And a lot of people comment, oh, you look so serious when you play the piano. It's not that at all. Serious, it just means that you're sort of into the performance. Not that I'm serious about it. And I smile a lot more in the violin ones because I'm just like, hey, I'm playing violin. This is fun. You know, this is just fun for me kind of thing. I'm not pretending to be a fully professional person on the violin. I have. That was very freaky, actually. I went to Distant Worlds in Sydney, and out of all of the seats in the entire opera house, he came and sat next to me. It was just a 1 in 2,000 chance, and that's how it happened. So, and then of course I asked him for a photo and all of that, but it was just a freak occurrence that I happened to book the seat next to him. So that was just lucky, I guess. Yeah, you're going to hate me for this. I don't play a lot of Final Fantasy. What I do is I seem to start pretty much all of the games. I run out of steam somewhere along the way and I don't finish them. I know people are going to hate me for this. Yeah, I've tried, like the first one, I've tried 6, I've tried 7, I've tried 8, I've tried 10. I haven't tried 9. That's probably why I haven't done any music from 9, because I haven't played it myself. But I don't know, I can't get into it as much as certain other games. I'm not sure why. I think it's the battle system. I get impatient or something like that. But musically, I really like 8. I really like the music from 8. I don't actually realise quite how many people watch it. And the other day, I was actually looking at the demographics section, and I'm like, oh wow, Germany, Brazil. I had no idea that I was popular in certain countries and not others. So I think the first one is the States, and then it's like Australia, Germany, Brazil. It's just interesting to find out and what percentage male, what percentage female. And I get a lot of personal messages from people like all ages. I have like kids, and then I have, you know, adults, like parents going, you know, thanks for being a role model for my child. And that sort of makes me go, whoa, I have to really, from now on, really think about what I'm doing, because I kind of forget that so many people are watching them right now. Because when I started, it was like 100, 200 people, and, you know, I didn't really care. A couple hundred people, I don't mind. But when you have like 50,000 subscribers, you kind of have to think about the content you're putting out. And yeah, it's kind of scary to know that a lot of people are watching it. I don't think about it too much, honestly. Just don't think about it. Just put it out there. Okay, from the 8-bit era, it's probably Super Mario Bros. 3, just pipping out Zelda, the original Zelda, 1987 Legend of Zelda. Super Mario 3, I think. And then from the 16-bit era, I'd say Secret of Mana. I love Secret of Mana. So those would be my top 2 or 3 games. I'm actually more of a retro person. I don't play too much of the modern stuff. So I like the 8 and 16-bit. I usually stick to those. Like, even now, I stick to those. Chrono Trigger is great too, but I like Secret of Mana better. I'm not a huge anime fan, actually. I've had a lot of people requesting Naruto, stuff like that, Bleach. So, you know, I might start getting into that, because a lot of my fan requests have actually got me into things which I wouldn't usually watch or play. But to be honest, I don't know a whole lot about anime. I'm willing to learn, but at the moment, I don't know a whole lot, and that's why I haven't covered a whole lot of it yet. Usually, look, I don't play violin in front of a live audience, only YouTube, which is not really a live audience. But I play piano quite a lot. I'm involved in musical theatre. I play piano for musical theatre shows, and I play piano for opera. And I just play piano for random student recitals and concerts here and there. So I do classical, I do theatre, opera, which of course is classical, but YouTube is the only place where I actually get to play my favourite style of music, my favourite genre. YouTube is the only place I can play the video game music. Yes, I have 3 Nintendo Entertainment Systems, and I have 2 Super Nintendos. You know, they're kind of a bit temperamental, so you have to have a few. I have an old Atari. I've been on eBay for this. I have a Sega Master System, the Master System 2, and I have a Nintendo 64, and a GameCube, and PlayStation 1 and 2, and that's it.
How did you get 3 Nintendo Entertainment Systems?
eBay. Because they're really temperamental. What I do is I buy them off eBay, and often the 72-pin connector, gets bent the wrong way. It doesn't quite meet up with the contacts of the game. So what I do is I just get a screwdriver, take it out, I put a new part in, and then it works like new. And sometimes I even sell them on eBay. You know, you can buy them for 99 cents, not working, and then you just sell them on eBay for like $70, and you go refurbished as new. $70. So that's why I have quite a few spare parts lying around. So Super Nintendo is a lot less temperamental. I haven't actually figured out how to replace that particular part of the console. I haven't needed to yet because the 2 that I have, they work fine. So, yeah. Okay, I think I've been to LA about 4 times now. I went in 2011 for Xena Con, and again this year, and twice prior to this. I've just been doing all of the things you do when you're in LA. I went to Medieval Times. We went down to Santa Monica and Venice Beach. We went, you know, rollerblading and all that. Intend on going to Disneyland. Just, I don't know, I guess I'm just being a tourist, just soaking it up. So I just love how their winter is warmer than our summer. It's wonderful. So yeah, I love LA. Okay, some of my YouTubers might know that I went to China last year. It was a music-related tour again, a musical theatre tour actually. I went to China for a few months. That was very interesting in so many ways. I'm very glad I went because I think China is probably the most different place that I've ever been. You know, somewhere which pushes you out of your comfort zone, and I had so many people just stop me in the street, grab onto my arm, laugh at me just because of the way I looked, I guess. And after a few weeks, you know, I felt like I was fitting in more with the culture, and I'd forget how I looked, that I looked so different. And so I'd start to be kind of surprised and offended when people would still be laughing at me, because I'm like, hey, I'm learning how to speak the language, I'm doing everything you're doing, I'm trying to fit in and be normal, and still they would laugh. So been to China, I've been to South Africa several times, I've been over travelling parts of Europe, and of course I've been to the States quite a few times. So I've been to a fair few places. I wouldn't say that widely travelled yet, but you know, I'm getting there, definitely getting there. I think I have mostly video game music up there. I know I do have a few movie and TV themes. Basically, I just post stuff that means something to me and probably means something to other people out there, whether it's from your childhood, whatever, you just remember it from 10 years ago. So yeah, I just post, I guess, nostalgic stuff that people can relate to. I think I identify more with the video game genre. Like, I've been obsessed with it ever since I was 8 or 9, with the soundtracks, with the music. So to be honest, that's probably the direction where my channel's going to go, sort of more video games, possibly more anime. As for difficulty, usually the TV and the movie themes are not quite so challenging, whereas some of the video game stuff is it can be quite complex and very unique in style. So, and I think that's why it interests me more. So I think I'll definitely go more in the direction of video games from here. Okay, I'm definitely going to be doing something with music. There's absolutely no doubt about that. I don't know quite where that's going to be, whether it's, I do a bit of teaching now, you know, piano teaching, classroom teaching. I may end up doing that. I'll keep going with the channel and see where that goes, if anywhere. It's giving me a couple of new live performance opportunities, so we'll see if that goes anywhere. Otherwise, I'll probably still be playing for theatre, playing for opera, I think just doing a variety of musical things and a bit more travel maybe. I'd love to go to Greece. I haven't been to Greece yet. Go back to South Africa and also go back to Japan. I loved Japan, and I actually only had 5 days there in Tokyo, so I'd love to explore other parts of Japan. So I'm just going to leave it open-ended and say that it'll definitely be music related.